No.
Oh, there he goes.
Recording.
Hey.
Recording.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sober Swole podcast. My name is Jake Howard. And before
Yeah, you're ready. You're ready tonight. And I
yeah.
go by DJ Swore. Oh,
You gonna introduce
there it
yourself?
is.
You gonna introduce yourself?
All I see is booty.
Yeah, his booty cheeks.
There
What
it is.
now, bitch? There you are, you glorious bastard.
What up,
Look at
George?
that. George in the house, ladies and gentlemen. And before we get into the show, I'd love to give a shout out to Royalty Nutrition. That's royaltynutrition.com. And to help me out with that, as always, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Warhorse.
Hey, it's Warhorse. Do you want your workouts to look like this? Or do you want your workouts to slay? When Warhorse picks his pre-workout, he wants it to slay. If you want second place, go with somebody else. If you want to be a champion, go with Royalty Nutrition.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Royalty Nutrition is a veteran-owned and operated supplement company that doesn't automatically go to use the cheapest ingredients possible to make the supplements that help you along your fitness goals. Man, I got this all screwed up tonight, huh? Anyway, so with Royalty Nutrition, if you use the discount code 37HAKE, it'll save you 15% on your entire order. My next shout out of the evening will be to Gorilla Gains. That's Gorilla-Gains with the Z.com. They are a fitness apparel company that you can wear comfortably in and out of the gym. They also make great equipment that helps keep you safe while you train. Check them out. Use the discount code JAKE15 to save you 15% on that order as well. And lastly, a shout out to me. That's right, patreon.com/HateJoward. Patreon.com/HateJoward. I post workouts that I've written over the years that you can just peruse. And I also do blog entries and a solo show called Hake Rants. Check that out and support your boy. DJ Swirl, tell him about the Buy to Buy in my
Vanilla Swirl.
That is right. Buy to Buy, where we specialize in fast, friendly, on-demand moving, staging, delivery, TV mounting, and assembly. Helping everyone from housewives shopping at Home Goods to bros DIYing it at Lowe's, but most frequently property managers and real estate agents moving their clients from their place to their new place. You've got a bad sign or you lack time, we are here to support you, giving you peace of mind from the time you buy to the time we say goodbye. What you do is an extension of Buy to Buy Studios, creative consulting, and help brands boost their presence online. George, you gonna let me get through this?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. So, from simple posts, real stories, to full-fledged podcasts and live streaming, we help you from the beginning. I didn't think I was gonna get through it. So we help you from the beginning part, putting pen to paper, the middle, where you've already got something but need to elevate it, or you got something great and you just don't have the time to edit it, chop it up, and make it useful for online uses. We'll do that for you. High quality, low stress, remote controlled. Buy to Buy Studios. Jake, what are we talking about tonight?
We're talking about all kinds of shit. Let's. I'm gonna readjust the camera
Very
since
good.
someone wants to be a diva.
Ooh, camera shot.
Yeah, I'm fucking calling you out. But no, man. I think we should start with the Alabama brawl.
Yeah.
Man, where do we start? What was your first? How did it first come across your timeline?
I just saw a clip. And I was just like, oh look, it's people fighting on a dock.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's where I left it. I didn't even look further into it up until ignorance started getting spewed left and right, and then it was, but wait, it was the white folks that were wrong, and I was like, okay,
Right. Then it's the finger pointing. Then it's riding for your tribe. All of that stuff. But I mean, it's just the latest thing, and the latest thing. So like, the thing that got to me the most is the fact that Try That in a Small Town is currently the #1 saw me,
Mhm.
right? And because of the backlash, because of the obvious racism and bigotry that's attached to it all, that helps, drive it in this country. And so it's number one, and then this goes down in a location where it was historically known that slaves were bought and sold or traded at auction or whatever the case was. But
Mhm.
just another one of the extension of try that in a small town, that chest pumping energy, and then the chair comes in. And then I saw, of course, it doesn't take long for someone to link up the audio from a WWE clip, and
Mhm.
it makes it that much funnier. And then it turned into the Avengers. People jumping out of the water, doing in reverse. Oh, there goes George. And then like the whatever that fire ring is that all of the Avengers come in on that picture.
Mhm.
I saw some people who spent a lot of time putting something together and quickly because this only happened what 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah. So, but the amount of outcry that has followed this thing, it's so funny, so funny, so funny, and it's going to continue to be a thing because the way social media works, someone will make it into something else, and it'll influence people in another direction. So I just think it's hilarious, dude. It's more of the same again.
Mhm.
But this time, nobody died. Like it wasn't an actual tragedy. It was just ignorance. It was just it was just more of the same. Is he staring at you? Like is he are
Yep.
you guys having a staring contest right now?
Yes, we are.
He is off camera, so it just looks like you're staring up.
That's fine. I think I'm gonna have to lower this perch.
Yeah. Oh, he's literally too high. Like this
Well,
room
no,
feels
he's got
elevated.
the he's got the upper hand on me right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's too high, so he feels too confident.
All I know is if this dude jumps at me, freaking claws out, you might get to see me whip crack a bird's neck live on
Oh,
YouTube.
oh, I have birds, man. Let's not do that.
Oh, he's now he's gonna be like, "You threatening to kill me, bitch?" Yes, yes.
So, like I said, there was no tragedy attached to the actual brawl, but they are still kind of like sending out consequences allegedly. What do you think is the most severe penalty someone's gonna get from it?
um, well, so it involved a boat blocking a boat, right?
Yeah,
That was scheduled to
it,
dock somewhere.
yep,
So that's like maritime shit. I don't know how that works. So there's
right,
got to be something attached to that to whoever owns the boat or whoever was the captain of the boat. And then I think the group of people that had parked the wrong boat where they weren't supposed to. I think a bunch of them are getting charged with like assaults
sure,
and stuff like that. But I mean, unless the owner of the dock sues them for something, I
yeah,
don't think they're going to have much of a true criminal punishment. I don't think.
nah. I mean, it's a fight. It's a disagreement that turns into blows. So, I mean, I'm glad it just ended the way that it did because it will
Oh,
be
Wes.
we'll forget about this in a week. But
Mm-hmm.
the reminder that social media will give us on our timelines won't let us forget, and it'll just be a
Mm-hmm.
store. But like, it's not even like a huge deal because this is around the same time as a lot of other stuff. There's never one thing that's dominating the news because there's always something going on.
Always something else coming up.
So like we were talking before we came on camera, and so nobody died from this. No one. There were actually no weapon, no guns involved. And then this is the same time as Tory Lanez, the Canadian, who got into a situationship with Megan Thee Stallion, and she got her and that set
George has an opinion.
right. So that set, ablaze. Again, people choosing sides, and lo and behold, after the dust settles, he winds up getting a decade for shooting somebody in the foot.
Well, 3 to 10. Let's not act like he's going to serve that whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Okay, 3 to 10, very good. But like, just the idea that you have the potential to lose in 10 years of your life, man.
Mm-hmm.
Simple
Over
altercation.
some ignorance.
Yeah. So, so that's going on. Everything going on in Hawaii with the wildfires. Um, I don't even know what the details are because it's like the devastation is still it's crazy right now. But
Mm-hmm.
I have a few people on my timeline who are either Hawaiian or they frequent the islands, um, and people are. I shouldn't do yeah for that one, but yeah, it's a crazy thing. And for as hot as it has been and dry as it's been here, I'm surprised that it hasn't been more of an issue here.
I light fires in my backyard like every other day. So,
Ooh. Okay then.
yeah. Hey, fuck them.
I
Yeah.
literally, I literally have a fire pit in the middle of my backyard, and I still don't use that thing very much.
Well, it's all right. So let me clarify. I'm not burning things that blow away.
Oh yeah, very good.
It's old wood chips and bird shit. So you're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
After I wet the entire area around it thoroughly before I light it,
right.
it's gonna be okay.
When you do it the right way. Um,
Yeah.
but this was everything going on in Hawaii. That was natural, right? That was from the storms.
From what I understand, I honestly haven't really looked too into it. I do say I've seen that it's wildfire. So
Yeah,
usually when it's wildfire, I assume it's not arson of some kind,
right.
unless it's labeled as such.
Yeah, and they usually
So
don't hesitate when that's the case.
yeah,
So, but
some asshole lit a palm tree on fire and it fucked the island up. And they're like, oh,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But that, I mean, does that take away from the sympathy though? Like, do you feel less sympathetic for someone if they lose their house if it's the reason why because of the why?
No, I think if there is a human element, like a purposeful human element attached to the wildfire, there's more of an anger to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not,
Yeah.
and it's not to take away from the devastation that's obviously happening. It's like if it's nature, you did it. You're like, oh well, nature's a bitch. But
Yeah.
some asshole that was just like, oh look, Ma, I set this barn on fire. I wonder
Oh,
what happens. Fuck that guy. And
because what's the percentage of wildfires out here that are man made?
I couldn't tell you.
It's very high. Like in terms of wildfires out here, when and when they're problematic, more often than not, it's our fault, right? And so it's just like acres, thousands of acres of burnt, and it's just some dude who did a campfire wrong or whatever. Like it's such a basic avoidable thing.
Hmm.
It turns into such a big deal. So I just was, you're seeing these flames shooting all over the place in Hawaii, and you're just like, man, how does that start? And again, I don't want to be less sympathetic because of that, but the frequency with which we have them out here and the reason why they're started, it's like, it's law of attrition.
Yeah.
But I know I had family out there at some point, on my mom's side. Uh, but yeah, and they lived out there for 20, 30 years. So
Hmm.
I'm not sure what island, I'm not sure all of that stuff, but I have to check in and see what's going on, see if my mom knows.
What are you shaking out? What are you worried about? What, did a kid move? Sorry.
You're good. I just love the little conversations that you're having with George.
Well, people. I still don't think people realize how big this bird is. Like how big this bird is.
Are
So
you
when he moves, huh?
Are you intimidated?
No, it's more of like I'm cautious. This is a literal living dinosaur.
So what?
That's like,
Not cautious optimism?
yeah, sure.
That's what I'm saying. What kind of cautiousness are you talking about? Be cautious and be fearful.
Well,
Are you worried about him attacking you? Scale it.
I'm worried about him jumping off and knocking something off my desk, or like because before we went live, I don't know how much you heard or saw of the chase.
Oh, I heard it all. I wish I could have seen what was going on because it sounded
Dude.
bad.
So I opened up the kennel I brought him in, and immediately he just like dipped and dodged out of my hands, and he was like, we're gonna do some cardio before you do the show. So I mean, I chased him around the office for like what, a while.
Yeah.
Fucking George, man. But no, once I put him up here on this perch, he's been pretty chill for the most part. He's so fucking pretty, man. He's so pretty too. It's nuts. But yeah, I have this giant bird right next to my head who's bigger than my head. And so when he moves, my instinct is,
Also, he's not like a parakeet to where you're just like whatever he does on my shoulder, he does.
yeah, no, he's very like, he's looking around like
So do you have
plotting his escape or something. I don't know.
so do you have buyer's remorse with the coop or with the stand?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
It's just something to get used to, I suppose.
I suppose. How do you get used to that?
I guess we're just gonna have to keep doing it every week.
That's on you, man. You're the one who said you can make it a permanent thing. I said, okay, I'm on
Dude.
board with it.
I just wanted to hang out with my buddy George, my buddy Ryan, and talk about life.
There you go. Oh.
So we had an officer of the court come over to the house today
Oof.
to interview Britt and the big kids about a situation that I still can't talk about.
Yep.
So I loaded up the baby and the girls, and we went on a magical adventure out to Coolidge in Florence and stopped by the Tractor Supply, got some feed, stopped by the Ace Hardware, got a 1x1.5 board and a new handsaw, so I could build this. Huh?
For the is it part for the egg entrepreneurship?
So I brought back 11 eggs today. So I mean, we did end up going go out to the farm and working around and making sure waters were good and feed was good. And check the nesting boxes, and Derek had already pulled out 8 eggs from 2 days prior.
Yeah.
And then I went to go get the 4 that had been laid. And one of the ladies was obviously jealous there was an egg in the box and had knocked it on the floor of the coop. And they were all gathered around and eating it like a bunch of savages.
Awesome.
So that was cool. So I brought 11 eggs home. Tomasita, the duck, she's been laying. She'll lay 2 eggs and one day, and then take a day off. So I still have a duck egg for breakfast mixed in with the chicken eggs.
Yeah.
Did I talk about the chicks and the ducklings I got on here last week?
I don't remember.
Okay, so I've always wanted to get at least 2 more ducks to hang out with the duck, right?
Yep.
Because I mean, I'm sure her hanging out with George all day is all well and fine, but some other ducks probably help out. And so they're not supposed to be shipping live animals right now, the birds, because it's too hot. But I walked into the Tractor Supply to buy just some like food for the birds we already had at the house. And lo and behold, I had both the girls with me. They had got a shipment in of ducks and chickens, little chicks and ducklings. So I was like, excellent. I'll wait till 10 o'clock after they calm down, from their adventure, and I'll pick up a couple ducklings. But I saw that they had these, they're called barred rock chickens.
Okay.
So I called Brittany right away and I said, hey, I know you told me not to buy any more chickens, but do you want some? Do you want some of these? She goes, oh my God, those are so pretty. Yeah, pick some of those up. And I was like,
Oh,
okay.
man.
So I picked two barred rock chickens and then two other breed. I can't remember off the top of my head what those were. And then there was a Buckeye that just got mixed in. It's another type of breed of chicken. And the TSA, the Tractor Supply lady, twisted my arm into getting that one too. So I brought 5 chicks and 2 ducklings home.
Dang, cuz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're in the brooding stage where they have to sit in like pretty much a box that's warm, and you have to check their butts so they don't get wet butt. And so all the kids had like picked a bird and they're like, oh, I love this one and this one. Oh my God, yeah. And poor Wyatt's bird got wet butt. And what wet butt is where because they're so low to the ground that sometimes their shit will cake on their butt, and so it looks like it's constantly wet. And if you don't keep that clean and dry and take care of it, it'll kill the chick. And yeah. So last night, as we were getting stuff ready for this court official to show up today, Mila comes in and goes, "This one's not moving. I think it's dead. Oh my God!" And so I grab it and rub its chest, and it's not dead, but it's definitely not trying to be alive anymore. So I have Wyatt come in and, here, let's hold this chick and let's rub it and let's keep it warm. And I was letting him know the whole time. I was like, you're gonna have to. This one's not gonna make it, dude. Unless it's by some miracle, it's not gonna make it. And it broke his heart because it did 2 jumps, like the last gasp.
Yeah.
Something dying did 2 jumps, and then you just watched his breathing just get weaker and weaker and weaker and stop. It's pretty sad.
No mouth to mouth to ducks?
No, to the chick. But yeah, man, it was pretty sad. And he made me go out and bury it in the backyard immediately.
Did he help
This
you?
was at like, no, he was sobbing. He was sobbing. But this was at like 10 at night. So if anybody was driving by, they just saw a dude in his backyard
digging a hole.
just digging a hole. With a crying little boy next to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that was great to drive by.
Oh yeah. Just good times.
Speaking of driving, I want to give a shout out real quick to my buddy Davin. Haven't seen him in a minute. He was a barber for a long time. He's a huge Phoenix Suns fan, and I just got word that he was in a bad car wreck, and yeah, so he's got some work ahead of him, and just wanted to give him a shout out. I'm going to let George do his thing.
Called it.
That was coming. So I want to give a shout out to Davin, and he has a GoFundMe page that I'm going to attach to this in some fashion. But check it out if you can support. Awesome. If not, spread the word. Yeah, help him and his family out. Good dude, huge. I mean, it's bad enough he's a Phoenix Suns fan. That's enough torture as it is. Because especially when you're as big as a fan as he is, it's like he's one of those guys who, like, when they lose, you know, he talks about it like Paul did the Dodgers,
Mm-hmm.
like he's actually playing. But no, good dude. Hope he pulls too fast.
Speaking of the Dodgers, I need them to beat the Diamondbacks tonight.
Oh, is that on a parlay? How
Yes, it
many
is.
teams?
Huh?
How many teams?
There's just two. I did the White Sox and then the Dodgers.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing anything too crazy this evening.
Yeah. No, I've not done any. I need to get on the ball because the fantasy football league that I'm commissioning, we're
Mm-hmm.
sitting at 12, looking to get 14 people in this bitch. So
Ooh.
yeah, so we are humming along, and so I've got to put together some a brief little explainer, just to let everybody in the league know what's going on, where their money's going, how it's going to work, and then just get the ball rolling in terms of getting everybody signed up because what preseason has officially begun with the Hall of
Mm-hmm.
Fame game, or I'm not sure how that works, but
I don't. Did the Hall of Fame game happen? I haven't.
exactly, yeah. Apparently 4 o'clock, sometime over the weekend, I think on Sunday, there was a Hall of Fame game, so.
The Hall of Fame did happen, so that would make sense that the Hall of Fame game did also.
So, I mean, I usually don't pay attention until third or fourth week of preseason, but with the way the
Yep.
schedule has changed and less preseason games, gotta get on the ball. But like I said, we're doing a hybrid league, so we're doing half fantasy, half pick'em. So each
Okay.
each week, you're gonna go heads up against another manager, and then everybody will also pick the heads up NFL matchups, the game matchups for the week. And so we'll do a weekly individual winner, and then we'll do an accumulative end of season big winner. So, but the idea is to keep everybody engaged. The way that people already gamble online, but you hit a hot streak, you could win your buy-in back very quickly, and then if your fantasy season goes to shit, it won't matter. So, and too many people tend to bow out when things go south. But my hope is that if they are into football and they pick them right, they'll be interested either way. I know when I was at Drive Time and I was on a pool there was about 30 or 40 people deep. And so every week, man, made you pay attention to the games when you got $300 on the line every week. So
Yeah.
it's
I
good.
can hear it. The dogs are walking over here on the
Uh,
side in the gravel.
is that what he's barking at?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So apparently this is so the call is a warning to let other animals know not to come near them,
Yeah,
and also it's to let the chickens know that there's a predator nearby and to get back around the rooster.
got you.
Which is real funny because that little bitch rooster out at the farm, young David Rose, he does that constantly, and the chickens are like, whatever. Like they don't even go around him and all. Like, shut up. That little turd today. I was in the run and I was cleaning out their water bowls and stuff. And I acknowledge his dominance, and you know, keep your distance, I'll keep mine, kind of thing. And I'm cleaning around, and this fucker comes up and he claws like my heel. Man, I out of just instinct, I donkey kicked backwards. So I'm by the coop. This fucker flew back and hit the back of the run, which I know you've never seen it, but it's probably about 12 feet. And this bird is about that big.
Yeah.
And then just out of just instinct, he clawed me and I just kicked back. And then I was like, oops. Because that's Brittany's bird.
No wonder why
That's
they.
Brittany. Huh?
I wouldn't respect anybody that's like a donkey kicked either.
Well, I wasn't trying to donkey kick him. I was trying to just
No,
be
I'm
like,
talking about the other hens. Like, why are they gonna worry about his
mm-hmm.
ball if he's out getting punked like that?
Well, it's all right. Pants is still out there. He's pretty and he's chill. Probably more chill than George. You want to go back to the farm? trade spots with the chill bird.
Oh man.
But what was I going to say? Shoot. That reminds me. That reminded me of something because I said something the other day on my personal page, but it was Little Dick energy, right? It's always the loudest. Always has something to say. Attacks constantly, even unnecessarily.
Right.
So this little cock out here at the farm,
What's his name again? Dale what?
David Rose.
David Rose.
So
David.
Brittany is a big fan of
Who's David
that
Rose?
show. It's the dad from American Pie, Eugene
Levy?
something Levy. Okay, so his son,
His son. Okay, got you. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
You told me that
yeah,
before.
yep, right. And his son's a gay man, and in the show he plays an obvious gay man, And so for some reason, when we got this bird, Brittany was like, "Well, this one's David Rose, and this is his sister Alexis." And I was like, "Okay, these are that's a." And man,
Enjoy.
this little cock energy all the time, man. It's out of control.
Yeah.
I broke a weight barrier. I don't know if I said this last week,
No?
but I haven't been able to get below 220 for like a month, and I'm at 214.
Yeah.
So the goal is to get to 190 and see what my physique really looks like.
Yeah.
Of course, go get my vasectomy, but no, I want to see what my physique really looks like.
So 190.
Yep.
190 is what I am sitting at currently.
Yeah, I was going to comment on your golf picture there from your indoor driving range. You're looking a little shreddy McGee there, buddy.
Oh, well, thanks, man.
You're welcome, champ.
I don't
You're
know.
welcome, champ.
I wouldn't say it's shredding McGee, but no, I haven't been completely eating fast food every time I drive past it. I haven't been,
Yeah.
getting 2 donuts instead of 1. I haven't been eating 4 slices of pizza instead of 2. Like I've just enjoyed with the cosigns forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, just making better choices. But it's 110 plus out here, and I've been out here
Yeah.
4 days a week steady all summer. So like, yeah, it's not hard burning calories right now. That's for sure.
George loves what you have to say a lot.
I mean,
Big fan.
I can't be mad at George. Hey George, did you also know that this is National CBD Week? Yesterday was
Like
National CBD Day.
like the not THC.
Yes.
Okay. Well, cool.
Yeah.
I hope everyone relaxes and is less inflamed. Like
And it's hilarious because I had my meeting today, and the injury lawyer was sitting next to me, and so people kept bringing up SunMed, who is owned and operated by Daryl Mavon out of our group, and so um, he is our inside man to CBD, and so it's all about maintenance and care. There he is again, and
I'm
so
gonna get I'm gonna get George some CBD.
so every time someone talks about CBD, you see people react to it like they're like because they can't separate THC from it. So when they hear
Mhm.
people talk about the benefits of it and how good it makes them feel, some some people look around the room and they're like, CBD is the non hallucinogen, like that you don't feel you're not get high from it, right? And so when they hear people talking about it, That's how you can tell the age of the people in the room.
Mhm.
Because they're so relieved from all the pain that they don't feel, or at least the pain management. And so it's not about getting high. It's about feeling yourself or feeling okay. And so that's a follow up on a chiropractor and just different people in our group. And so people were clowning about it, like National CBD Week, and everybody was like, "Cool."
Mhm.
They had the same
I
sense
don't know.
you did.
I'm sorry. I don't know if you can hear, but obviously the girls aren't asleep
Sure.
and they're dragging something down the hallway.
Is that what's activating him?
Yeah, he is on
He's
alert.
on
He
alert.
is not happy. He's not happy right now.
That's hilarious.
No man, like why does everything have to have a fucking day in a week? I don't. I can't wait. Can't wait for Xanax month. Like
Yeah. That's like saying it's National Ibuprofen Day. Like,
woo.
I thought, yeah. No, but I mean, I won't. I'm not gonna shit on the effects that I feel
No,
of CBD.
I won't either. I'm
Yeah,
a huge fan.
but yeah, it's the sentiment. It's the people that cannot separate the two benefits of the drug to be able to be appreciative of that. Because does ibuprofen have a does it have a high side?
No, but the clinical dosage is 1,600 milligrams. There, so
Is that 8 of those little guys
depends on your
with the dosages?
yeah.
Yeah.
8 of the little red ones usually. Yeah.
There it is. Depends on your dosage. Here's the non-dosage. Here's the non-clinical.
So I am not a doctor, but
Yeah,
do not.
exactly.
But according to the Google, the clinical dosage of ibuprofen, Motrin, and other name brands of ibuprofen is 1,600 milligrams to generally cause the anti-inflammatory effect that you are looking for. And if you take that all the time, not only are you risking screwing your stomach up, but also your liver. So don't do that every day.
So,
Thank
is
you
there
for coming to my podcast.
is there an equivalent with CBD? You take too much of that and have a similar effect?
I wouldn't think so.
I gotta talk to Daryl. I'm sure he's got the
I,
insight.
yeah, I mean, like if you smoke too much weed, you're too high. That's a thing. I don't know how too
Like
much CBD would be.
too much CBD? Are you like? Does that make you invincible? Make you feel invincible?
Is it? I'll never feel pain again.
You turn into start absorbing hits.
Hmm? Oh crap! I just remembered. Thank you. I gotta call my grandma.
Please tell me how you came to that conclusion.
Well, I'm just sitting here. I'm coughing. I'm sitting next to the bird, and my grandma was like, "You got to be careful." I knew people all the time when I was growing up on the farm that they got some lung disease from their chickens.
Oof.
And I'm like, not these spoiled bitches, dude.
So how's the air filter
Like,
in that room?
good.
Good.
I mean, I got a vent. I could open a window. Too hot for that shit, though.
Yeah, it's too hot. Way too hot for that.
No, man, but actually, um, you have to be real careful with turkeys based on a personal story that I know. Brittany has a friend that had that has 3 kids, and it should have been 4, but they raised turkeys out on their farm, and one of their kids got a funky lung disease from one of the turkeys and died. So I don't think I'll be raising turkeys anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, close your eyes again. I get a picture of that. It's adorable. Badass. Anyway, sorry everybody. Well, I'll put that up on the Instagram page and the Twitter. But I have a sleeping cock next to me. Just an adorable young man.
You love that chicken.
Dude, I love there's something so just therapeutic about this, raising these birds and taking care of these birds. Like the ducks especially. But yeah, man, I love it. If Thomas wasn't such a twat, I'd have her sitting around somewhere, but she wouldn't sit still.
Yeah.
My bad, dude.
George is running things tonight.
That's his girlfriend, man. I was talking shit.
Oh yeah, he's defending her honor.
Man, if you want to see something funny, this dude's like, it's time for daddy to get on mommy.
Oh,
Dude he mounts that duck. and she's just like, yeah, whatever. Then he's like, gets off and walks away.
Oh, so they can't. It functions.
No, their biology is so different that his penis will never be able to go in.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a different, just different biology. I was gonna look that up the other day. Actually, I was wondering if like some scientist somewhere has made hybrid chicken and ducks.
You know somebody's done it. You know somebody's made that square peg fit in that round hole.
For science.
Yeah. Somebody's dedicated that time. Oh man.
But I want to know what that would look like. Just based on the feet.
My guess is it wouldn't come out clean, whatever it was.
No. The real
Bebop.
DNA angles. Just a real bad temperament, no matter what. Just
yep. Yeah.
No, man.
Ooh.
He's mugging me, man.
Yeah.
I didn't wake you up. I didn't.
You did put him up there, though.
I did. He's chilling. I was thinking about it. I was looking at it. I'm actually going to put another bar on the back because he's, obviously comfortable enough to fall asleep, but just give him some more like lean-in room.
Right. Do they sleep standing up? They don't sit down?
No, like so he's on his perch. So he's on his. So here's the bar. He's on it, and he kind of just. And it's just like a balancing act.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty rad. He sleeps over the duck pond.
That sounds problematic.
I mean, this dumbass falls in the water. He'll wake up.
So I'm saying, man, some people sleep hard. Do chicken get REM?
I think so. I think everything does to an extent.
That's what I'm saying, man. You hit that deep sleep, that water's not gonna wake you up. It's not gonna be. Yeah, what is that? What's the movie? Leo. Inception. With falling back in the water wakes you up.
I don't know. I think probably the 2-foot fall head first into something wet would probably wake you up.
Hey, man, if you can fall asleep bouncing like that, there's no way. Like I've seen people fall asleep standing up, and that how?
I have definitely fallen asleep standing up, and that was in Iraq actually when I was awake for way longer than I should have been, kind of thing. And they would go stand post. Okay. Make sure keep security. Okay. Then I'd be, just standing there because I was getting tired. So I'd try to stand in the corner. So like if there was a sniper out there, they wouldn't like shoot me in the head above the bulletproof glass. Sure. Maybe. and then I'd still just like I'd wake up as I was falling over, like shit, you know. Good times, good times. I also used to so we'd get our soda cans, and you're not supposed to smoke at night because your cherry gives away where your position is.
Sure.
And if you're a good sniper, you just aim 2 inches above the cherry of the cigarette, right? So we'd light our cigarettes and we'd put them in a soda can. So we'd still be able to get that sweet, sweet nicotine.
You figured it out.
Dude, if to this day, I think that if you really wanted stuff done, you should hire a bunch of just infantry Marines. Like a no questions asked, just go do this. Okay. Because like they'll figure it out. Like you get a group of 10 infantry guys that have been around each other for a little bit. Like, this is the mission. This is the mission. I go through the mission now. It won't be the prettiest thing a lot of the times, but it'll be done and it'll work.
Sounds like Fubar. Did you watch that?
Fucked up beyond all recognition. No, I did not watch that.
Yeah, I just finished it the other day. It was entertaining, silly.
Yeah.
Got some.
So what is
Yeah.
what is that about?
So it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and man, I can't forget her. I can't remember her name, but this young lady, she was in Top Gun. She's been in a couple other movies, but she plays Arnold's daughter, and so they both work for the CIA, and they don't know it, or for a special agency or whatever. And so
Mm-hmm.
he's always gone because he's on missions. She's always gone doing essentially the same thing. And so then they realize that it comes to light that they both are agents, and then they wind up working together, and craziness ensues. So, I mean, it's a shoot 'em up, bang bang, uh,
Ah, I
style
do
or
like those.
flick. But I mean, like I said, it was entertaining. But
He's out.
are we sleep?
Oh yeah.
How pissed
So
does he
cute.
get if you wake him up?
Oh. Huh?
How pissed does he get if you wake him up?
Oh, he definitely flutters and makes some noise.
Okay.
But no, he's definitely going back in that kennel when we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he did done already pooped once on my floor. Can't be just leaving him in here. Man.
Anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Honestly, man, not off the top of my head. It's been a real weird week again, some more. And um, the girls will not sleep in their beds.
Oof.
They just won't. Um, my oldest stepdaughter had a moment, like nothing bad happened, but it was kind of like a panic moment at the idea of even going back to her father's house. So that was pretty weird. I don't know, man. I've been making it my business to be as supportive as I can in a situation that I cannot be involved in. It's real weird.
Yeah.
It's a real.
Sounds emasculating.
It really is. Because there's a lot of stuff going on that, like as like a manly urge is to you want to fix it,
You want
or
to
you want to be
you want to add value.
yes, you want to be involved, you
And
want to
what
help.
capacity means. Absolutely.
Yeah, and so mostly throughout this whole thing, I just there's nothing I can't.
Yep.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands, you know. So I just go and raise my chickens and shit, you know.
Well, that's better than drinking. That's better than
Yeah,
that's better than the alternatives. So,
you know, I mean, I'd hit you up a couple weeks ago where I was like, shit's rough.
yep.
And, you know, like, honestly, this week hasn't been as bad because I recognize what it is. I
Good.
think, you know, once I was like, it's because you're living in a place where you have no control over anything
Yep.
at all. So that's part of the reason why, because you want to escape because you feel helpless. No, hey. You know,
Absolutely.
so once I realized that, it's been better. It's
Good.
been a lot better. But Marley's entered that stage of two that is she is just a shit. Man, and she's got her stubbornness is turned up to 11, dog. Like anything. You ask her to do anything, even if it's something she's doing, no. Immediate tantrum. Like, so, you know, Daddy, I'm hungry. Well, what do you want to eat? Then I'll make it for her because I don't want this. You know.
Sounds like that donkey kick you were talking about.
What's that?
This sounds like that donkey kick you were talking about earlier.
She's about to experience a Lisa Howard microdose ass whooping.
Ugh. Yeah. Straight from mama. From mama.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, Anna's in this phase now to where she's using crying as a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So when she gets in trouble or it's her turn to do something or simply clean up after herself, immediate,
Mm-hmm.
immediate showers, immediate. It's just a transformation. And I go, nope. I say, nope. No, thank you. No, thank you. I was like, catch your breath. And then when you're done, take care of business. I was like, are you hurt? No. Okay. Have your moment and then get back to work. Because
Yep.
it is, like you said, it's emasculating. Because not much you can do in this.
No, I'll look. Ruth's getting better about it. So I'll look her right in the eyes and I'll say, "So." Oh, oh yeah, I'm dealing with Dad. Okay. But like, you know, if it's something like she's really upset about or she's actually hurt, you know, and then I'm like, let's sit down and talk about it. But if it's like you need to pick up your toys before we go, but I can't. And,
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yep.
Like, no, whoa, no, no, no.
Yeah, we've been having these talks with, anything left out on the floor, consider it gone. If you play with something and then you leave it out and it's a place that it's not supposed to be, we'll give you an opportunity to pick it up. If you don't, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And the floor has been pretty clean lately. So, it's just teaching them good habits. If you allow them to just shit all over you, they will. So,
Yeah. No, I understand that one completely. He's just letting me pet his chest.
yeah,
Sorry.
you're good.
No, I understand that completely. And it's just they're just like their father. It's too damn stubborn. Too damn stubborn.
Well, I'm not going to talk about the drama that happened at my networking group because I had a great conversation with my VP, and it was basically the conversation I should have had with my president. But he's the type that likes to double down on ignorance and get arrogant, and then it just it's automatic. And so it's like I'm essentially trying to argue, or I'm essentially debating with the MAGA crowd. So it's like the amount of time, effort, and attention that I would need to invest in order to even try to feel like I was breaking even is so out of whack that it's like it's hilarious. And then to watch what went down at the meeting today, and it's like really doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then to hear another person who's just now joining the group talk about all of the people who left, and he basically just said, "As far as I'm concerned, we got rid of the trash." And the president is leaving as well. So he went on this long thing about scarcity or making yourself sparse or something that was completely the opposite of the energy that I was conveying. And
Right.
he just projected his opinion of me into this thing that wasn't me. You know how people do, how they like to gaslight you. Essentially, that's what it was. He tried to
Yeah.
gaslight using his platform and a platform that he basically said, and then he doubled down and said out loud, "That's why that's why I'll tell you I don't give a shit if you're in this group or not." And I'm just like, "Adios, muchacho."
Yeah.
So, and it was all put on a show in front of the director or the lady who goes and travels around to all the chapters. So it was just a big show, and
Just
yeah,
big time dick measuring.
and I talked about no, there's no dick measuring. Like he was just that's his platform, and so he was going to use it. I'm just like, go for it, because that's what you do. And then he did it.
Right.
He doubled down, and I was like, yeah, you just confirmed everything that I had question about. And being raised in a family of bigotry and racism, the accuracy of my spidey sense is pretty sharp at this point. So, you know,
Mhm.
all the senses were going off and all the red flags were there. I was just trying to work with somebody because we had business interests. And so, you've always got the option of working with people in a different capacity or just a different person, that does the same thing. And that's what part of what the conversation was in the meeting. He tried to go on this rant about, you know, don't have you ever gotten the impression that I operate as like I'm the only moving company out there?
No.
Hard stop. So everything he said was like, don't act like you're the only brand out there. You're the only person who could do it. Is fucking George, dude. And so it's just like you're sitting there listening to this. I'm like, wow, you really just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because the whole reason I got into this whole mess was because I tried to overextend myself to help both chapters instead of abandoning one. And so,
Hmm.
yeah. But whenever, you know, what's that saying? Run, tell that. Have you heard that phrase before? Like a
Uh,
Louisiana, I think it's a Louisiana thing or a New Orleans thing.
yeah.
Anyway, like to put on a show like that for the sake of the group, for the sake of your ego, and then knowing that he ran and tattled is like the funniest part about it all. It's like trying to just, Pino, president in name only.
Yeah.
So, but it's a matter of time before that drama's gone. And when other people that just joined the group are talking about the people leaving as trash, and he's up there talking right before he's about to leave. So it's like, I had to say shit. I just sat there and watched it, and I got entertained. And then like I got up and talked about paying off my vehicle, and like he interrupted me to tell me congratulations, like in the middle of me, what my commercial was or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
so it was all just like,
Dick measuring. He was just
it
on
was
his shit.
he was on his gaslight express, and I'm like, that's what you do. That's what people like you do. And so the idea that he gave this thing talking about you're not the only one who does this, and this guy is an auto detailer and he hangs holiday lights. Yeah, so let it be what it is because that's how you operate. And so the idea that there's like this fraternity bro element to where he's toxic and people who have made money with him and around him will protect him for the sake of that. It's like, okay, so now you're all just cucks for capitalism because money is the main thing that forms your bond, your loyalty. So high five. There's George coming through
Coming through.
like he does.
Just doing George things. He's trying to figure out how to jump off this thing. He's
Yeah.
eyeing the road.
Well, we're cresting an hour right now, so let's get George down from his
Yeah. George is hitting his sleepy by times for sure.
before he gets hangry or before he gets mad at you, and he's tired, so he's gonna be mean.
Yeah, well, all that will do is make a tired and meaner me.
Let's avoid all that together.
I don't want to do that. I like George. I like George a lot. That's the reason why I keep bringing him inside. Oh, I am sorry to everybody. I've been a little slower the last couple weeks getting things uploaded on Spotify and Rumble. So that is 100% my bad. Ryan is not in charge of that at all. Something I'm supposed to be doing.
It's not fine.
But I've been juggling a bunch of other shit. So life is chaos and I'm working on it. Sorry. The Hey Rants episode this week will be my stepson and I and his perspective, a 10-year-old's perspective of what's going on.
Duck wise or legal wise?
Life wise.
Life wise, very
general. Good. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I mean, like, obviously, like, there's a lot of confusing shit about all of this. And I think it's important to get the mindset of a child to the best of their ability to speak on it. And I'm not going to put that out just for everybody. So I also told him for everybody that subscribes to watch the shows. So the podcast is the $15 tier. So so Patreon takes a fatty cut out of everything. But I told him for every subscriber I get for him signing up to watch his show, he'll get 5 bones minimum from every subscriber that subscribes to watch his show. So
nice.
Subscribe for Wyatt, everybody.
This is a series. This isn't just one.
No, just this show, and then when all's said and done, I'm gonna have I'll have Scarlett sit in on one of the Sober Soul podcasts because she said that she wants to do the big show. I said, all right.
No, let's do it.
Yeah. But life is chaos. I love you. Thank you for listening to the Sober Soul podcast.
Warhorse, do your thing, man.
Hey, it's Warhorse. Do you want your workouts to look like this? Or do you want your workouts to slay? When Warhorse picks his pre-workout, he wants it to slay. If you want second place, go with somebody else. If you want to be a champion, go